Alright, so the whole basis of Inception is essentially to plant an idea in someone's head. Now, I'm gonna go watch that movie again. Okay, it's got the guy from Third Rock from the Sun in it. Whatever his name is. And Gordon, whatever. You know, with Professor Solomon, the physics teacher. Okay? Sheldon, physics. Okay, the Big Bang Theory. So, yeah, welcome to the whole concept of incepting an idea. And if that idea is about energy, I'm the idea guy, okay? Like, literally guy. If five-dimensional Earth is just a one of 7 of 13 of 110 of 2143. Now, let's take out the marker. What is 2143 minus, we're year 2018. $125. That means, like, according to our time, about 125 BC. I always found it was weird. How can you live in before Christ when you are Christ? You know? Like, was Jesus born at 0 BC? No. He was born, like, I don't know, 100 and some BC. 125. 125. Okay, what is that? It's circled 124. But it has 3 characters in it, so that's 1, 2, 3. So really, it's like 121. I don't know, 121 from 125 if you remove 4 circles. It's like the 12th month. 1 to a 25th day. Like, you know, 12, 1, 1, 2, 5. 1225 from a certain interesting point of view. Anyway, December 21st. So, like, slavery has been going on for about 2,143 years, let's say, give or take. What that means is that there was an order of people who discovered a pattern between what they observed according to certain numerical values. Remember, they're looking at dots and lines. Probably wasn't a lot to do back then. Okay, so they probably found a symmetry between an outcome and an order of number, and they were set out to create events in history that best suited the numbers. Now, everything that's happened has happened to now, and that's cool, I guess. But now, cellular earth, cellular energy, sacred geometry, platonic solids, collection of energy device, creation of our letters from numbers, different types of gematria. Interesting synchronicities with the story told from 2 observers, the dog and the cat, as I guess their souls were hit by a wave of energy from a black hole. Okay, so like the light from their transmit chakra was bent to make a V first to create our consciousness till now. Okay, the wave of energy, enough time has passed, and that reality is that it's been 2,143 years. So in our reality, to right now, is about the time it took the black hole burst of energy to bend light to go into it, to create life. Okay, that energy expansion bubble grew from hitting the dog and the cat to hitting either a human or humans in the building, which translates to right now inside the device that they're building, which transfers to the consciousness of many inside of the battery, but scattered all over the place because of free will. Now, now that the story's been told, you can choose to either think of what would happen if that black hole expansion bubble engulfed the whole town, the whole city, province, country, the Earth. And everyone gets hit with this energy because now we're time traveling. We can fast forward ahead in the story by incepting the idea that this just happened. Boom. There you go. This is what it all means. All this, everything means that you got to think about creating cellular energy. And it has to be an immaculate conception of idea. You cannot be told. You have to collect the data created by many gods throughout time as an observer in Earth and put it all together. The decoder wants to be finished. Hi, it's me. I asked for this job. I found it. It lacks certain perks, mainly pay. But once you incept the idea to a group of people, and they can see it happening, based on something I think it can do. Okay, like I don't need to be the person that actually physically builds this device. I can be part of the conversation, but like I'm not set up for that. To me, as an observer, that would be like another god's responsibility. Okay, and another god's responsibility would be to create, I don't know, financial awareness and stuff. Internet guy. Lots of people. Okay, you have to wake up from the dream. You are living in a reality where something has happened now. That's the Big Bang. It happened. And everyone's been blasted with the consciousness evolution from three-dimensional lines, planes, and space. It's like really columns 2 to 4, but column 1 is circling it. It's a 3 is the 1 guy. It's a 4. It's the Saturn matrix. It's getting out of the n+4 way of thinking about a planet Earth being a ball with infinite space and like we're revolving around the sun nonsense. That's being observed from another point of view on something you don't fully understand what's happening. You have to go 9 dimensions past that. You got to go n+5, 6, 7, 8, 9, n. You have to understand the cellular nature of Earth, which is n, thinking. You have to understand the flatness of Earth, which is n+1 thinking. You have to understand that everything comes from like, the circle, like the dark side of the moon, the other side of where all the light comes from. n+2. You gotta think of, well, the device is in a room. It's probably on a table with 4 legs. That's why we have 4 fingers. Because the table's consciousness was taken into account before the fact that the dog and cat were probably. And we were just shaped in God's image based on the stuff in the room when it's turned on. So it's important what you put in. Quality input reflects quality output. So maybe we have the consciousness of hit the plant. There's a plant in the room first, and then it hit a fish and a bird, and then a mammal, like a calf or something, and then it hit there's insects, obviously, it hit them too, and then the dog and cat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of life before it hit the 7th man, male and female eventually, when the bubble got big enough. Okay, like the Queen Elizabeth movie I was watching last night, she has a I don't know, entourage of like 6 maidens. Come on, there's 6 of them and she's the queen. There's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and man, 7. She knows about the... Okay, like, all that stuff and the creation of all of the countries and everything up to now has all been based on this. That's what, like, I guess the Jesuit order is all about. They're all about preserving the... You know... Like, there's even a Jesuit in that movie, and he's like... They get an assassin to go and shoot Queen Elizabeth. However, the gun was never loaded with a shell. It was just... You know, I had the thing that went when it was released, but it wasn't loaded. And then now Queen Elizabeth thinks she's invincible. It took that to make her think she's invincible. Like, bullets don't matter anymore. To act in truth. Truth. Okay? So you're living in a machine. You're waking up to the realization that you're in a machine. From probably the first human being that was around the machine. Now, I think a lot of people know about this information. They were taught it. It's not an immaculate conception. It's not a perfectly incepted idea. The inception that caused me to see this is all around us, all the time, okay? It's in the music, it's in the movies, it's in the newspapers, it's in everything. It's in your history, it's in the creation of every building, of everything has had this taken into account because of the Illuminati. It's the illuminated, I don't know, secret, like, it's like a black op. The whole thing is like a black op. The whole thing is like a, wow. And they celebrate organic creation, so people might be creating this content without even knowing what they're doing, but they can hear it, and that's why it's... You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that every friggin' artist and every director and every musician is, like, understands all of this. I don't... Maybe they do, after enough time has passed in their little club. But I don't know. Okay, I think, like, time itself has an expiration date on slavery. And I think we've reached it, like, sometime, you know? 2143 years, approximately, give or take, let's say. And, you know, based on how you want to interpret the numbers, like, you know, is it -4? Is it -5? Is it minus more? Okay, how many 1x2s are there? How many 1x3s are there? How many 1x4s are there? There's 121 less. Someone is meant to see all this stuff first and be like, what the shit, guy. Somebody is meant to wake up and see this first. I bet my wife's pissed off at me because I didn't do this earlier. And it's like driving her mad that I haven't made the connection yet. And she's not allowed to talk because she's like, gotta keep a secret. And her dad would always say, like, she'd make a great lawyer. Like a shark lawyer. Because of the big head she has. But guy, I think it's my job to be like, I didn't ask for the consciousness of Austin Lee Meredith or something, okay, guy? I didn't ask for this. They knew it was happening or something. I think they did some ceremony. Like, they knew this inevitability. Like, the end of their game is going to happen and there's nothing they can do to stop it. Because once you wake up to seeing the truth in everything, it's kind of undeniable. Like, I just changed the stats on Madden because it wasn't right. Because I changed some things. I canceled some more stuff. Anyway, I played a couple games. It's a little bit more balanced. It's not as retarded. Because, like, I was simming it with the computer and they were getting, like, you know, like 11 interceptions in the game. So now it's like, you know, around 3 or 4 and a couple fumbles. It's not bad. It's exciting, you know, but you don't know how he built this machine. You can only, like, hypothesize that maybe, like, you want to think that he had all the engineers in the room with him, but maybe it's very unlikely that that happened. Okay. Once we wake up to that fact that we can create a cellular energy device, we can wake up to that. That's your higher self. It's connecting with your higher self. When you connect with your higher self and you think about creating a cellular energy device here, that changes everything, guy.